वो लाडली लाल की जय। Took my seat. Bara Prathamam Sadgurum Vande Shri Krishnam Tadanantaram Guru Papatmana Trata Shri Krishnas Tvamalatmana Baraha Pidam Natavarvapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibradvasa Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamala Randhran Venu Radhar Sudhaya Purayan Gopavrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalpadaya Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vaivedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvang Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. बोले राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Divine seekers, seekers of divine happiness, divine bliss, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you here with us today. Continuing on this divine compositions, the divine book Yugal Shatak, written by the greatest saint Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu. Today we're going to start with Kirtan number 53. So all of us should have the sheet so we can all join. भजू मन राधा 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 भजू
मन राधा 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 राधा
ओ भजू मन राधा 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 Radha Radha Radha
Radha Radha Radha
Rasna Nit Ras Vibhu Binu Badha
Rasna Nit Ras Vibhu Binu Badha
Rasna Rasna Nit Ras Vibhu Binu Badha
Rasna Nit Ras Vibhu Binu Badha
नाम सुधा रस राधा 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 राधा
नाम सुधा रस राधा 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 राधा
ओ नाम सुधा रस राधा 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 राधा
नाम सुधा रस राधा 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 राधा
ओ भजू मन राधा 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 राधा
भजू मन राधा 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 राधा
In all the scriptures, we are told desires are very dangerous. ये कामनाएं को छोड़ना. That you should give up all desires. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, when Nrsimha Bhagwan killed Hiranyakashipu, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he placed Prahlad on his lap and said, Beta varam bruhi, my child, please ask me for a boon. Prahlad said, Maharaj, what is this? I don't want anything from you. I am your das, your servant. If a servant asks the master for something, then there's no longer a servant. A true servant is one who never asks the master for anything. And a true master is one who never asks the servant for anything. It's okay. Bhagwan said to Prahlad, such a small boy giving me lecture. Because the guru of Prahlad is Naradji. Naradji had given all the knowledge to Prahlad. So anyhow, the Lord said, look, Prahlad, that is fine. But this is my nature. Whenever I meet a devotee, I normally tell him to ask for something. So you also should ask. Prahlad said, okay. Yadi ramesham ekamam varanstam vardarshabha kamanam hridasannoham bhavatastu vrine varam. 7 Canto, 10 chapter 7 verse. Listen carefully. This introductory I'm giving here will help us to understand this whole pad, this whole divine composition. Because this composition, the devotee is asking for desires with every sense organ. So let's understand. This is why this introduction is so important. Prahlad said, my Lord, if you insist on giving me a boon, then give me the boon that my desire to ever ask you for anything will be destroyed forever. Let me never ask you for anything. Bhagwan ka bani ko band kiya. He shut the mouth of Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, acha, acha. But why don't you want desire? Why don't you want anything? Prahlad said, should I tell you? everyone will benefit. So Prahlad said, Indriyani manah prana atma dharmo dhitir mati Hri Shri Tejas Smita Satyam Nashayantati Janma na. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th Canto, 10th chapter, 8th verse. One desire, the birth of one desire in the mind causes harm to so many things. कितने चीज़ें को नष्ट करते हैं. The energy of the senses, indriya, the energy of the mind, the energy of the life force, pran, and the energy of the soul, atma. These are the four main pillars. Other things get harmed also. Righteousness, patience, reasoning, modesty, self-esteem, and even knowledge of the scriptures. Not theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge. And desires are only 5. 5 hai. Kul total. Shabd, Sparsh, Roop, Ras, Gandh. We have 5 sense organs and desires of these 5 sense organs. Sparsh, desire to touch. Of course, worldly things. Touch husband, touch wife, touch child, etc. Tvacha, Shabd, Sparsh. A Shabd first, desire to hear, Shabd. Listen to all the gossip. Ram Katha or Gram Katha. One is called Ram Katha. Listen to divine philosophy as you are right now. It's not so sweet to some of us. It's boring. But Gram Katha, gossip, oh, very, very sweet. It's called Gram Katha. Roop, desire to see. Ras, desire to taste. Gandh, desire to smell. So, these desires are very powerful. Very, very powerful. One who is not able to control the senses is unable to control desire, the desire for carnal desires, and so falls into the greatest darkness. Kuranga matanga patanga bhringa meenahata panchabhireva pancha eka pramadi sakatham nahanyate yasevate panchabhireva pancha. Sukti. The bee's desire for sweet smell causes his death. It goes into the lotus flower, it closes, and the bee dies. The deer's desire for sound. The hunter plays a flute, the deer gets attracted, that's the end of the deer. Meets its end. The moth, desire for light, seeing, light, falls into the flame and die. The fish's desire for taste gets caught on the hook, and the elephant meets his end owing to the desire for the she-elephant. These poor innocent creatures meet their end trying to satisfy one desire related to one sense organ. We are ravaged by all the 5 desires of the 5 senses. Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhav, he compares the 5 senses that we have to a man having 5 wives. Jivai kato mapakarshati karhi tarsha shishno nyatastva gudaram shavanam kutaschit grano nyatashva kalat paladrik kocha karma shaktir Bhavya sapatna ivageha patim lunanti. 11th Canto, 9th chapter, 27 verse Bhagavad Mahapuran. Shri Krishna is showing how a desire how dangerous these 5 desires. He's comparing the 5 desires that we have like a man having 5 wives. 5 patniya. Just as each wife tries her level best to attract and possess the husband to herself, in the same way, each desire of each sense tries to attract the heart to itself, thereby leading to that person's complete ruin and degradation. So we are told to give up desires. If you want happiness, you want peace, give up desires. Chhod do. In Gita, Shri Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmanah tushtha sthita pragyasta dochyate. Chapter 2, verse 55, Gita. One who gives up all desires attains peace. Vihaya kaman yas sarvan puman sharati nispriya nirmamo nirahankara shashanti madhigachati. If you want to attain true peace, true happiness, chapter 2, verse 71, Gita, give up all desires. Bhajiya Ram sab kama bihai. Give up all desires and worship only Ram, Ramayana. Prahlad goes on to say to Nrsimha Bhagavan, Vimunchadi yada kaman manavo manasistitan tahyeva pundarikaksha bhagavatvaya kalpate. 7th Canto, 10th chapter, 9th verse, Bhagavad Mahapuran. What to say of becoming a saint? If a person were to give up all desires, they'll become Bhagavan, God. But how can we give up desires? Desire is not something like this. I can take it from here and put it here. I'm not going to have any desire. You can't give up desires. The scriptures are telling us, give up desires everywhere, give it up, chhod do. Kamanaye ko chhod do. How to give up desires? So here, in the part of bhakti, teaches us don't give up any desire. Mat chhod. Take every desire and direct it to the spiritual world. Direct it to Radharani, to Sri Krishna. Every desire. Don't give it up. Don't try to get rid of it. Desires we'll have, we've been trying to satisfy our desires because we want happiness. Sukh chahte hai. Anand is our nature. So to have desires is natural. Nobody can say, I don't have any desire. Impossible. With our ego, people will say all kinds of things and we'll believe them. But everyone has desires. All the desires. So here, a devotee is saying how to use all the desires. To bhajuman Radha Radha. The desire to serve Radharani. Seva. Bhaj. Bhaj. This word bhaj means seva karna. The Sanskrit root word is bhaj. Bhaj dhatu sevayam. Seva karna, to do seva, to serve. We can serve a lot of things. We can serve our mummy, our daddy, our wife, our husband, our child, the government, our dog, our parrot. All that is seva. Service. Service. But it's not seva. It's not bhakti. Bhaj comes from the root. The root is the root word of the word bhakti. Bhakti. So it's only bhakti, that seva is only bhakti when it's directed to God. Sa tvasmin param prema rupa. Narad Bhakti Sutta, second mantra. Naradji defines bhakti as the supreme and immortal love for God, for Shri Krishna, for Radharani. So, seva is only bhakti when we direct it to God. So, O mind, desire the seva of Radharani. Radharani, Shri Krishna, I keep telling you, is one and the same. Two different names for the same entity. One Brahm takes two forms. Yayam Radha Yash Krishna Sabit Dehas Chaikaha Kiranata Dvidha Bhut Atharva Vedi Radhika Tapani Upanishad. The Vedas say there is no question of Radha and Shri Krishna being two. They do not even have two bodies. Looks like two, but they don't even have two bodies. One Supreme Brahm has taken two form, Dorup, for Krida, Leela, divine pastime. So Radha Rani is Shri Krishna is Radha. Different name for one and the same entity. So do the seva. How are we going to do seva? First, rasana. So I told you the sense organs. Rasana means the tongue, the desire to taste. This is one of the desires I spoke about. I said we have 5, right? 5 sense organs and desires of the 5 sense organs. So 1, rasana, means jihva, the tongue. Oh, we love to taste. Some people love ice cream. The moment they hear ice cream, water starts coming to the mouth. Some love very hot food, spicy food. Some, when they hear pizza, different things we want to taste. But this doesn't give us any happiness. This only makes the mind more and more touched. Somebody says, okay, I have a desire to eat ice cream, let me fulfill the desire. They go and they buy a whole tub of ice cream, 1 liter, and eat the whole tub. I tripped ho gaya, I don't want ice cream again. Now, tomorrow, I want more ice cream. न जातु कामः कामान अपभोगेन शाम्यति हविष्या कृष्ण वर्मेव भूय एवाभिवर्धते. Bhagavad. The Bhagavad Mahapuran says, satisfying a desire is like pouring ghee into fire. It only gets bigger and bigger. It only increases. It gives rise to love, greed, which is ever increasing and insatiable. So yes, I desire to taste, but what do I want to taste? I want to taste Nitya Ras, the divine bliss of Radharani, Shri Krishna. That nectar of divine love. One who continuously remembers Radharani while taking the name Radhe, Radhe, can have no obstacles. No obstacles will ever come in your path. Koi badha nahi aayenge. There will be no obstacles. Aur naam sudha ras Radhe. Radharani sits in the name. God sits in the name. Naam naam kari bahudha nija sarva shaktis tartar pita niyamita smarane nakalaha. Nija sarva shaktis. God has taken all His power and put in the name. God sits in the name. We don't experience this. How many times we say Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna? Do you experience infinite divine bliss? No. So is it that somebody has made this story up? No. Our tongue is not correct as yet. It's material. The sense of taste. When our tongue becomes, the sense of taste becomes divine, we will taste. But we have to practice now with the firm belief in our heart that God, every time you take the name, practice in your mind that God and the name is one. There's no difference. So eventually, we will taste the divine nectar of the divine name of Radharani. Aur Shravana Sunahu. So with my ears, the sense of hearing. Shravan means air. To hear. With the sense of hearing, as I said, we love to listen to gossip. and worldly things. When it comes to katha, when it comes to divine philosophy, we get bored. Not everyone. If there is some purity in the heart, you have done some amount of bhakti, maybe in some past lifetime, then when there is divine philosophy, you can't hear enough. You keep drinking and you keep getting more and more bliss. But ordinarily in the world, we don't get that because our mind is very dirty, very bad. So with my ear, I want to always hear the name of Radha, to listen to her divine leelas, divine pastime of God all the time. Aganita gunagana, uncountable virtues and glories of Radharani I want to hear, because in that is infinite bliss, infinite happiness. Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha.
Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha.
Shravan sunahu nit leela Radha.
Shravan sunahu nit leela Radha.
O aganit gun gan Radha 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 Radha.
Aganit gun gan Radha 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 Radha.
O bhaju man Radha 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 Radha.
Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha.
So we listen. So the sense, the desire to taste, we want to taste the divine nectar, divine bliss. Because with our tongue we chant Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. To be able to taste that infinite divine nectar in the name and the qualities, the pastimes, etc. With our ears listening to the divine pastimes and glories of Radha Krishna. Again, to only have a desire to listen to that only, that when one attains a taste, as the heart purifies, you do bhakti, you do sadhana, meditation, shed tears for Radha Krishna, and the purity comes in the heart, there will come that you don't want to, any kind of worldly talk, you become disturbed. You can't bear it. Sada Nam Ruchi. In the Bhakti Samit Sindhu, the description is given of Bhav Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti has two stages. One is Sadhana Bhakti, one is Bhav Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti means the mind is not interested as yet. Instead of the mind being interested in Radha Krishna and chanting the divine name of Radha Krishna, listening to divine philosophy, always thinking about God, it always wants to hear worldly things. It keeps running to the world. So the mind is not naturally interested. So we have to make the mind interested. This is sadhana bhakti. After practicing that for a long time, under the guidance of a true saint, the mind gets attracted now. Ab lag gaya man. Pehle man ko lagana. First we have to attach the mind. Bring the in, make the interest. Then the mind gets interested. Now that stage is called Bhav Bhakti. Still not perfect yet, not Siddha Bhakti, but a very high stage. So now you only want to experience all these things. But we have to practice before, because we are still in sadhana bhakti. So, first we looked at tasting, then listening. And the third one, tvacha. Tvacha means feel, touch. Shabda, ras, shabda, sparsh. Sparsh, I told you one of the sense organs, sparsh. To touch, desire to touch. It's a big desire to have the desire to touch, this desire to touch. And so, we explore many, many ways of touch in the material world. And the more we practice that, the more, the further it takes us away from God, the more dirty it makes the mind. That same now, that desire to touch, you take it in the divine area. What do you want to touch? Nitya Charanana Radha. To try in your mind to visualize Radha Rani's lotus charan. It is so soft. The lotus charan of Radha Rani, her lotus feet, pinkish in color, pinkish, and so soft. So we develop the desire that I want to touch, to embrace the lotus feet of Radha Rani. Increase in that desire. When will I be able to touch, to embrace the lotus feet? Practice in visualizing that you're touching. You didn't get it as yet, but practice. And keep feeling in your mind that it's so soft. That nothing, as far as soft, butter is supposed to be soft. When it comes to softness, gulab, the petals of rose, makhan, butter, etc. This is worldly example. Cannot compare to how soft Radharani's charan is. So we should keep thinking it's even softer than that. It is so, the lotus feet of Radharani gives so much happiness that Jehi Harihu Avaradha, that Shri Krishna also worships the lotus charan of Radharani. Avaradha means Aradhana, puja karna, worship it. Shri Krishna, he is always desiring to just have a glimpse of the lotus charan of Radharani, her lotus feet. We have to increase that desire. So tvacha. Aur nainana dhyana nitya chavi radha, lakahu jitai tit radha. And with our eyes, so desire to see now. Dekhne ki ichha. Desire to see. We want to see so many things. Some people want to go see England, some want to see Switzerland, some want to see, this desire to see, once it starts, it has no end. And you have seen all the country in the world, and I want to go to the moon. I want to go to Mars. Yeah, we have been to heaven, Swargalok. Uncountable time. This desire has no end. And we have found no happiness because nothing in the material world can satisfy our desire to see. So yes, keep it. But now you want to see the beautiful form of Radharani. Chavi, her beauty. The most beautiful woman in the material world is Rati. Rati, the wife of Kamdev, the god of love. She is considered to be the most beautiful woman in the material world. How beautiful is Radharani? She puts to shame the beauty of uncountable Ratis combined. So beautiful. So the increasing desire to see that beautiful, not a murti. That murti is only to help us. That's not Radharani. And every particle of that murti is Radharani. But we don't have the eyes to see. This is to help us. Have the feeling when you're doing arti, when you're doing your dhan, that Radharani is in every particle of that murti. Many people have just used murti and attained God. Because we need to help us. This is a material thing. But God is Akaran Karun. Radharani is causelessly merciful. She knows we cannot meditate on her divine form with a material mind. So she says, fine, take whatever material object you want. I will give you my divine form, blessing for your material meditation. She is so merciful, causelessly merciful. So, When we meditate on Radharani, this Murti, we should think Radharani is uncountable times more beautiful than this Radharani Murti I'm looking at. And use it. Use it. Because, as I said, Radharani is in every particle of the Murti. So, and not only that Lakhai, Lakahu Jitai Tit Radha, that everywhere I look, O Radharani, everywhere I look, not only do I want to see your divine form, but everywhere in the 10 directions, I should see you all everywhere. Jit dekhu tit sham mai hai. Everywhere I should see Radhe, Radhe, Radha, Radha. Bhajuman Radha, Radha, Radha. Radha, Radha, Radha.
Bhajuman Radha, Radha, Radha. Radha, Radha, Radha.
Tvacha sumiru nit charanan Radha. Tvacha
Sumit Charanan Radha.
Jehi Hari hu ab Radha. Radha, Radha, Radha.
Jehi Hari Mu Ab Radha. Radha, Radha, Radha.
नैनन ध्यान नित्य छवि राधा. नैनन ध्यान नित्य छवि राधा. लकहु जिते तित राधा. राधा, राधा, राधा. लकहु जिते तित राधा.
Radha, Radha, Radha.
राधा, राधा, राधा.
Radha, Radha, Radha.
ओ भजुमन राधा, राधा, राधा. राधा, राधा, राधा.
Bhajuman Radha, Radha, Radha. Radha, Radha, Radha.
So the sense of taste, first rasana, the sense of hearing, shravan, the sense of touching, tvacha, and the sense of seeing. One more sense organ is there, nasa, sungane ki, desire to smell. So nasa dhyana karahu nitradha divya gandha tanu radha. From the body of Radharani, even a heavenly God, I mentioned to you a few days ago, that Swarg, the place we call heaven, is a material place. But those who reside in heaven, their bodies are not made like ours of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. It's not material. Their bodies, heavenly elements. It is untouched by dirt. There's no perspiration, etc. Doesn't have to take bath. It is naturally fragrant. This is such a fragrant, sweet smell emanating from their body. It is so beautiful. As I mentioned, if the lowest heavenly God were to descend and stand in our midst, our senses would be unable to bear the ecstasy, and either we'll fall on unconscious or we'll fall on dead. And that's only a celestial being. Radharani, whose body, everything about her is uncountable times more beautiful, more fragrant than any celestial being. We can't imagine the fragrant, the perfume, that fragrance that comes from Radharani's body. So we have to develop that. Our nose, we want to only smell the divine fragrant. Meditating on Radharani's divine body, we have to feel, we have to imagine, to smell that divine fragrance that emanates from her body, her divine body. So it's the 5 senses. But besides that, the originator of the senses, higher than the senses, the mind. This is where everything, the mind controls the senses. And the mind is very wayward. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadram tasyaham nigaham manye vayurivasu dushkaram. Gita chapter 6 verse 34. Arjuna is saying to Shri Krishna, this mind is so wayward, unruly. It's more difficult to control the mind than it is to control the wind. So, hey, Chanchal man, dhyan karu rain din radha, jehi chavi mam sam chavi radha. O Chanchal man, O very wayward and unruly mind, meditate on the divine form of Radharani. We don't know what Radharani looks like. And even those who have seen Radharani, the saints, they cannot tell us what Radharani looks like. Why? Because everything about Radharani is divine. Chidanandamaya deha tumhari Vigat vikar jani adhikari. Just as God is divine, the body of God is also divine. And to see divine body of God, we have to have divine eyes. So a saint is seen. How can he explain how the things we understand with our intellect? The buddhi, the intellect, is material. Our material intellect cannot understand divine. So the saint uses material things to help us. This is why murti is so important. The picture, the photo is so important. Because our mind cannot imagine divine. So using this material murti, the material picture, we meditate to focus the mind. Sit in front of the picture, the murti, and try to look at it first and then close your eyes and try to visualize. In the beginning, you'll take very long to look, and when you close your eyes, it will vanish very quickly, the image that you form. Don't worry, look again. If we keep practicing like that, the length of time it takes us to look at the murti or picture will decrease, and the length of time when we close our eyes and make the image in front of us, that will decrease, the length of time it takes to make that image. And not only that, but the image will last longer and longer. To the point will come that we don't even have to look at a murti or picture. We can sit anywhere and close the eyes and meditate on that form. But it will take practice. Now that you have been able to make the form in your mind, do not let it be a murti or picture. Let it come alive. See Radharani's eyes blinking, her lips smiling at you, her hands embracing you, etc., touching you. Come alive. Plus, also have the feeling that this form I have been able to make in my mind by looking at a murti or picture, the true Radharani is uncountable times more beautiful than this. Have that feeling. How beautiful is Radharani? Oh, what can compare to Radharani's beauty? Radharani. There's nothing you can use to compare how beautiful Radharani is. So, Radharani ki chavi sam Radharani. Only she is as beautiful. Only thing can be used as an example to describe how beautiful Radharani is Radharani. Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha
Bhaju man Radha Radha
नासा ध्यान करहु नित राधा
नासा ध्यान करहु नित राधा
दिव्य गंध तनु राधा 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 राधा
दिव्य गंध तनु राधा 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 राधा
मन धरु ध्यान रैन दिन राधा
मन धरु ध्यान
रैन दिन राधा जेहि छवि सम छवि राधा 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 राधा
जेहि छवि सम छवि राधा राधा
राधा राधा राधा
राधा राधा राधा
ओ भजू मन राधा 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 राधा
भजू मन राधा 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 राधा।
अब एक और चीज है. One more thing we have in our possession, buddhi, the intellect. 5 senses plus the mind plus buddhi, intellect. So the buddhi also we have to make use of it. The buddhi, what the buddhi does, it understands, it knows. So buddhi Maharaj, pratiti dir ik din radha apnai hai mohi. We have to make that belief in our intellect, the buddhi, that faith. Pratiti means faith. The word pratiti means faith. That faith has to be developed, that one day Radharani is certainly going to make me hers. I will belong to her forever. Have that faith. Don't have any doubt in the mind that Radharani will never make me hers. I am too sinful. I am too fallen. We are sinful. We are very fallen. But remember, Radharani loves the sinners, the fallen souls. She is Patita Pavani. All we have to do is accept that we are the most fallen. So have that firm faith in the intellect that Radharani will certainly make me hers one day, very soon, not very long, very soon. Aur prem akam rahe nit radha, sukh mano sukh radha. The only way we can attain God is through love. Only thing, love. Pray. Prabhu vyapak sarvatra samana, but premati pragat hui mai jana. Tulsidas Ji Maharaj says in the Ramayana, God pervades 100% everywhere. But the only way we will be able to attain that Lord is through prem, love. One thing only, love. So the only way we can attain Radharani, her grace, that we will be able to experience her with all the sense organ, the mind and the intellect, is by loving her. But one thing we have to bear in mind, that love has to be nishkam. Always keep in mind, akam means nishkam. There should be no desire for one's own happiness, even equal to the breadth of a single grain of hair, a single strand of hair. Desire for one's own happiness. We have to only want the happiness of Radharani. Tat sukha sukhitvam, unki ichha mein ichha. Whatever makes Radharani happy, I want Radharani to hug me, that we should want. I do not want Radharani to hug me, then why are you doing bhakti? I want Radharani to hug me for her embrace, but if it makes her happy. If she wants to give, fine. She doesn't want to give, I'm still fine. But I should want it. But only if it makes her happy. If it doesn't, I'm still fine. So that we have to keep in mind. Aur chaho kripalu kripa jo radha, Krishna hu bhaju sanga radha. And the last line, the Saint Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripaluji Mahaprabhu says, if we want to attain the grace of Radharani, to get all these things we have asked for, don't forget Shri Krishna. Do not only meditate and worship Radharani. Radharani will get very angry. You also have to worship Shri Krishna. Because Radha and Krishna are one and the same to begin with. Secondly, Radharani loves Shri Krishna more than her own self. Shri Krishna loves Radharani more than his own self. So never Shri Krishna alone, never Radharani alone. Always Radha Krishna, Yugal Sarkar. Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha
Bhaju man Radha 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 Radha
Buddhi Prat प्रतीति दृढ़ एक दिन राधा बुद्धि प्रतीति अपने ही मोही अपने है मोही राधा 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 मोही राधा
राधा राधा राधा
प्रेम अकाम रहे नित राधा प्रेम ओ सुख मानहु सुख राधा 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 राधा
सुख मानहु सुख राधा 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 राधा
राधा राधा राधा
राधा राधा
छहु कृपाल कृपा जो राधा ओ कृष्ण हु भजु संग राधा 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 राधा
कृष्ण हु भजु संग राधा 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 राधा
ओ भजु मन राधा 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 राधा
भजु मन राधा 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 राधा
बोले राधा रानी की जय. So the next bhajan, the kirtan number 25. It's a Leela bhajan, pastime of Radha, of Shri Krishna with the gopis. करे कर तव तव कारे 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 कारे
करे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
ओ कारे तर तब कारे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
कारे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
Kara means, kare means black. Kala, kare, in Brij Bhasha, not, they don't say kala, kare. So kare means black. Shri Krishna wasn't black. Shri Krishna wasn't blue, he wasn't black. Any material color you can think about is not the color of the body of Shri Krishna. Everything about Shri Krishna is divine. His body is divine, rang bhi divya, sharir bhi divya, kapre bhi divya, sab kuch divya, everything is divine. But in India, लोगों को दो रंग से बुलाते हैं, बताते हैं. People are called by two colors in India. Either you're Gora or you're Kala. Gora means fair. If you're not fair, then you're Kala. You're black. It doesn't mean you're black, but if you're not fair, then you're Kala. So Shri Krishna wasn't fair. Radharani, Param Gori, was extremely fair. But Shri Krishna was not fair. There's no color to. Shri Maharaji has tried to help us. There's a plant called alasi. Can't remember the thing in English. Flaxseed, right. So this flaxseed has a flower. It's kind of purplish in color. When the sun is rising in the morning and the flower, if that light, the rays of the sun in the early morning strikes the flower, The color you would see at that time will give you a little idea of what the color of Sri Krishna's body is like. Closest thing in the material world. Anyhow, so it's very beautiful. But Sri Krishna is always teasing the gopis. कुछ ना कुछ करते रहते हैं, तंग करते हैं गोपियों को. He's pulling their chunari, stealing their chunari, their scarves. वो घटा को तोड़ देते हैं. He breaks their pots, which is very dear to them. Goes and pinches the children, their babies, and they start crying and bawling. He goes and let go the little calves, and they go and drink all the milk. अब एक गोपी लीप रहे गोबर को लेके. So long ago there was dirt houses, more than 5,000 years ago, in this village, Barsana. And the gopis, they would take the cow dung and they would smear the ground. A gopi is smearing the, just put fresh gobar. And she started leap kar rahi thi. She was smearing the ground. And he came and ran all over it. She has to start all over again. So he's always been very mischievous. Oh, everything is not a cut. Her gopi has become very tang ho gayi unki vyavhar se. She has become fed up with all the teasing and naughtiness. So she decides that she's going to scold him, give him some abuse. Gali. Oh, the Supreme Lord, and you're going to give gali? Insult, abuse. This is why he's teasing the gopis. और भगवान के लिए वो बहुत मधुर है, वो भक्तों के मुंह से जो गाली आते हैं. For Sri Krishna, when a devotee will give abuse, insult is the sweetest thing for him. As I told you before, do not try to do that. What we are doing right now, glorifying and thinking the best, saying the sweetest thing to Kanhaiya, that's the best way. Keep that way. Or else Sudarshan Chakra will come. When we reach the stage of the gopis, then we can do this. So Kanhaiya loves when it comes from the mouth of a gopi. So this is why he teases them all the time, that they will abuse him somehow. So this gopi, she got fed up and she decided today, oh Kala, oh dark one, everything, not only everything about you is black. You are black in color, your complexion is black, आपका रंग भी काला और करतूत भी काला. Your color is, your complexion is black and all your actions is black. In other words, very bad. This gopi is saying. तेरे तन मन काऊ के है तन कारे और काऊ के मन कारे. Some people, they are very dark in complexion, but their mind is very good. उनके मन बहुत अच्छा है. काला हो के भी. They're very dark, but the mind is very good. और कुछ लोग गोरे हैं, लेकिन मन काला. Some people, they are very fair, but their mind is very bad. The gopi is saying, लेकिन आप तेरे मन और तन दो काला है. She says, but you, your mind and your body, everything is black. Your black complexion and your mind is also very black. In other words, very bad. अब तू तो अभी 7 बरस का है. Kanhaiya was very small. But when the gopi was given, scolding him at this time, he was only 7 years old. 7 बरस का. All his pastimes, Kanhaiya performed. He was very small at that time in Vrindavan. When he left Vrindavan, he was only 11 years old. So you're only 7 years. आप बड़े होके फिर आप क्या करेंगे? आप इतना कर रहे हैं 7 वर्ष में, that you are a small boy, only 7 years, and you're doing all these wrong things, bad things. When you get big, what are you going to do? क्या करेंगे? This gopi is saying, but very sweet. In the word song, very harsh. In her mind, it's all filled with sweetness. In her love, she's saying this to Kanhaiya because he wants to hear it. So don't take this wrong meaning here. Kare kar tav tav kare, kare kare kare
कारे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
काऊ के है मन कारे, काऊ के है तन, काऊ के है तन कारे, काऊ के है मन कारे।
काऊ के है तन कारे काऊ के है मन कारे।
ओ तेरे मन तेरे तन मन दो कारे, कारे कारे कारे
तेरे तन मन दो कारे 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 कारे।
तू तो अभी 7 बरस को है कारे,
तू तो अभी 7 बरस को है कारे।
ओ कारे करे बड़ो होके कारे, कारे कारे कारे
कारे कारे बड़ो हो कारे 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 कारे।
अब गोपी कह रहे आपके जन्म से ही आपका करतूत कार्य करतूत शुरू हो गए। The gopi saying, from the time you took bath, you started doing all these wrong things, these kala actions, bad actions, wrong, very bad. कैसे? Taji mata pita bhaje kare. When Kanhaiya was born, he was born in Mathura. And his mother and father was Devaki and Vasudev. They were in the jail. They were in the jail put by Kunj. So you left your mother and father in the jail and you ran away from them. What kind of son are you? And from the moment you were born, not like a few years old and you got a little bit older, the moment you were born, you fled and left them in the jail. आप देखो आपके कार्य, how bad you are. और ठगे पुनि नंद यशोमति कारे, बन गए 3 सुत कारे. Not only that, you then deceived Yashoda Maiya and Nanda Baba. Huh? How did you deceive Yashoda Maiya? You made her feel that you are her son. So happy. You made her so happy and eventually you left her. You made her feel that you were her only, that you were truly her son, that you were, when you were born from somebody else, you made her think that she was your true mother. And Nanda Baba had attained you also in his old age, budhape mein, and he was so happy to have only gotten a son in his old age, and that you were his true son. And he also found out eventually. You left both of them and ran away from there. Kare kar tav tav kare, kare kare kare,
कारे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
कारे कारे कारे
कारे कारे कारे।
तूने जनमत ही जुलम ढारे कारे,
तूने जनमत ही जुलम ढारे कारे।
ओ तजी माता पिता भजे कारे, कारे कारे कारे
तजी माता पिता बजे कारे 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 कारे।
ठगे पुनि नंद यशोमति कारे,
ठगे पुनि नंद यशोमति कारे।
ओ बनी गए 3 सुत कारे, कारे कारे कारे
बनी गए 3 सुत कारे 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 कारे
कारे कारे कारे कारे।
कारे कारे कारे।
हाँ, छोटे लड़के, यू सो स्मॉल एंड यू डू ऑल, इतना गलत कार्य, काले काले करतूत आपका। 6 दिन थे, 6 दिन, हम पूतना को मार दिया। You only 6, Kanhaiya was only 6 days old when Kunj sent Putna to kill all the children in Vrindavan, all the newborn children. But Kanhaiya said, come to me first. Sitting in the heart of Putna. Putna went straight in, took up Kanhaiya. She had made herself so beautiful, no one stopped her. And put her to his breast, to her breast. Halahal wish that a child will just touch the mouth and they will die. What did you do? You call Shankar Bhagwan. In the Bhagavad is written that Kanhaiya closed his eyes. So most people don't understand. You read only words. So they thought Kanhaiya was afraid because this was a witch, a demoness. So he became scared. No. Kanhaiya closed his eyes to call. He called Shivji. Once before, when the ocean of milk, Kshir Sagar ka manthan hua, तो पहला चीज विष निकला, कालकूट. So one time before also, the Rakshas, the demons and the Devatas were churned in the ocean, Kshir Sagar, divine ocean of milk, and the first thing came out was Kalkut Vish. A day also Kanhaiya called Shivji, come bhai, you drink this. And Shivji drank and kept in his throat. Kant mein rakh diya, wo naya naam ho gaya, Neelakant. He got a new name, Neelakant, blue-throated one. So here also, Kanhaiya called Shivji and said to Shivji, look, you aap vish pee lo, main doodh piyunga, I like milk. You come and you drink the poison, I will drink the milk, I like milk. And you kill her and send her to your divine abode. और सखन 57 दिन महाकारे, and the cowherd boys, these are your eternal friends. You give so much pain to them. You are always doing something, आप कुछ ना कुछ करते हैं. You go and you tell them, you sit on like a king, like a raja बन के, और है हमारा गायों को चढ़ाओ, वो ले जाओ, ठीक करो उसको. You tell them, take my cows and graze it. And you sit on like a king, raja बन के. Because they love you so much, they will go and take the cows, your cows, and take care of them. किसी का खाना ये चोरी की और दूसरे को खिला दिया. You steal the food of some of one cowherd and feed some other cowherd boy. अब कोई खेल में हार गया और वादा देते मैं कुछ दे दूंगा, कभी नहीं देते हैं. You lose in the game, you're playing games with the boys and you lose the game and you promise I will give you some gift, you never give the gift. So you are so much problems you're given to your friends, the cowherd boys, who love you more than their life during the day. So during the day, Kanhaiya would be with the cowherd boys. And in the night, Murli baja ke sab gopiya ko bulate. In the night, you play your basuri and you steal the heart of the gopis. अब गोपी जो काम करना घर में वो सब छोड़ के वन में जाते हैं. And the gopis that they have to do work in their home, their housewives, they forget everything and they run behind you in the forest, run after you. They go in the forest, where they are going they don't know, because you steal their heart. कार्य कर तब तब कार्य कारे कारे कारे
कारे कर तब तब कारे 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 कारे
सखन सतावत दिन महकारे
सकल सतावत दिन महकारे
ओ रात सखिन कह कारे 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 रात
रात सखिन कहा कारे 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 कारे
छठी के दिन ही छठी के दिन ही छठी के दिन ही तूने पूतना मारे
छठी के दिन ही तूने पुतना मारे
पुनीतिन दीनी गति कारे 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 कारे
पुनि दिन दिनी गति कारे 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 कारे
कारे कारे कारे
कारे कारे कारे
कारे कारे कारे
कारे कारे कारे
अब आपके माता पिता बंदी गृह में थे, वसुदेव और देवकी, और उसको छोड़ दिया। वो बहुत दुख में थे और 11 साल तक इसकी कोई चिंता। आप गए रास खेलने, गोपियों के साथ रास किया और कभी ध्यान नहीं किया कि हमारे माता पिता जेल में है 11 साल तक। आप धन्य हो, आप कोई ऐसे पुत्र है, और संसार में कोई ऐसे पुत्र, वो माता पिता कभी ध्यान नहीं किया 11 साल तक कि इतना दुखी थे बंद गृह में। And then she said to Kanhaiya, your mother and father, Vasudeva and Devaki, they were in jail for 11 years. 11 years, and they were suffering in there. And you never thought about them for a moment. You went to Vrindavan and was performing Ras, Maharas with the gopis, playing with the cowherd boys, doing so many divine leelas, pastime. You never even give a thought that your mother and father were in jail and suffering for 11 years. After 11 years, then he went to Mathura, killed Kans, and then freed them. Huh? What a great son you are. That son should be like you. Oh, she is taunting him so much and teasing him. Of course, this gopi, there's no bad feeling in her heart. She's saying this with the hope that, oh, after all, he has teased me so much, maybe it will make him feel a little bad. कुछ होगा, अंदर से कुछ पिंच करेंगे, इसलिए ऐसे बातें कर रहे। अब दुर्वासाहु कहा तो ही कारे है कृपालु हरि कारे। And your Guruji, Durvasa Muni was the guru of Kanhaiya, Sri Krishna. Oh, anybody he meets, there was no one as merciful, no one as gracious as Krishna. What a guru. इतना वो करतूत करते हैं कारे, और आपके गुरुजी आपका गुणगान करते हैं। जय हो महाराज, जय हो। कारे कर तब तब कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
कारे कर तब तब कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
कारे कारे कारे,
कारे कारे कारे।
मात पिता बंदी गृह, मात पिता बंदी गृह कारे,
मात पिता बंदी गृह कारे,
भोगत रह दुख कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
भोगत रह दुख कारे, कारे कारे कारे।
दूर हरास करत इत कारे,
दूर हरास करत इत कारे,
ओ धनी तो समसुत कारे, कारे कारे कारे, धनी
धनी तो
दुर्वासहु कह तो ही कारे, दुर्वासहु तो ही कारे, है कृपालु हरि कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
है कृपालु हरि कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
ओ है कृपालु हरि कारे, कारे कारे,
है कृपालु हरि कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
ओ कारे कर तब तब कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
कारे कर तब तब कारे, कारे कारे कारे,
बोले कारे कन्हैया लाल की। हाँ, तो do not think very deeply about what this gopi is saying. This is all between topmost devotee and her beloved. Whatever the gopi is doing is only to make Kanhaiya happy. He loves hearing this from his devotees, that he deliberately, as I said, teases them in this way, that they will say things like this. In fact, what Durvasa is saying is the truth, that there is no one as merciful, as graceful, as causelessly merciful as Kanhaiya. Okay, so remember that. The rest some other time. Ladli Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Siyavar Ramchandra ki, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki, Shri Bhakti Dham ki, Shri Yugal Kunj ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you, Swamiji, for yet another wonderful discourse on the Yugal Shatak bhajans. It was really wonderful. The lecture series are concluding